Hi everybody, welcome to our second episode of Craft Time with the Payne girls. And this is our Easter edition. We're going to be doing an Easter craft for you guys today. Just like last week, Brighton has no idea what we're doing. Well, she has a little bit of an idea, but she's pretty much in the dark, so that'll be more fun for us. We are doing this because one of my favorite memories of Easter at Bon Air UMC was we would get a little Easter outfit. A lot of times Brighton and I would match for Easter.
Like good twins.
Right, that we're not. And, you got to put on your cute Easter dress and show it off to the whole church. I don't know, it was fun for us. And this year, since
in the parade, we got to show.
In the parade, where the kids walk through the sanctuary during the Easter service with the wagons in each Sunday school class.
So people really did get to see our outfits.
We got to show it off.
Yeah.
But this year, unfortunately, since we can't be together, we're going to miss out on a lot of cute Easter outfits that people might have. And maybe you didn't have a chance this year to go out and get an Easter outfit.
I didn't.
We didn't. Well, of course, we haven't done that in years. And maybe you
it
don't
every year.
even do that. But this year, in lieu of Easter outfits, we're going to show you how to make little paper flowers like these. It's an easy technique you can use to make different ones. It's the same kind of technique, but you can use it to make different flowers. And we are going to make our very own Easter bonnets.
Yay!
And so what we want to do, since we can't be together in person, send us your pictures, and we'll put together an album on Facebook or some sort of slideshow or something, so we can kind of act like we're all together for more of the social aspect of Easter. And of course, we'll post our Easter worship video also. But this is kind of the more, congregation gathering social side of Easter that we're going to miss out on this year. So send your pictures the same place you sent your palm videos last week, Devon Payne P1 at gmail.com. Those will come straight to me, and I will put them in an album that we'll do on the Bon Air UMC Facebook page, so we can see everybody's Easter outfits or Easter bonnets or anything you want to do with our paper flower craft today, just to decorate for Easter. All right, Brighton, you ready to get started?
Yes.
Okay, so materials you will need today. We'll need squares of paper, various size squares of paper. And you can do colored paper. I've just got lots of different squares here of colored paper. It doesn't have to be an exact square. I just kind of rough cut these. It's just got to be roughly a square. It's come to my attention that most people don't have the wide collection of colored paper that I do.
That would be true.
Shocker. So you can also do this with just plain white computer paper. I cut some squares out of that too. And
color it?
You can color it to start, or you can just leave it white, because you know what they say about a white Easter bonnet, right? It's classy.
That's true.
That's the classiest kind of
have
Easter
heard
bonnet. So you can just do it with white. If you want colored squares, you or your kids or anyone else in your family, I have lots to go around. So if you email me, we can set up some sort of drop-off, pick-up, 6 feet apart, and I'd be happy to share. So just send me an email, and I will work with you to get that figured out, because I have
a lot to
so
get rid
much
of.
paper. So much paper. 23 years of collecting paper, pretty much. But all for this.
Yep, worth it.
Worth it. Okay, so we need your squares of paper. You can either have colored or white. You're going to need glue. You can use Elmer's glue, or you can use tape, or you can use a glue stick. I would recommend liquid glue. If you don't want that mess, tape's good too. And you need scissors. Okay, so, ready to get started, right?
Yeah.
Oh, other thing you'll need is some paper clips, and we'll get to that later. This is what a paper clip looks like.
A fun paper clip.
It is fun. It's pink and white. I got different colors
You
for
don't
us.
need that.
You don't need that. Again, I just happen to have lots of colorful craft supplies. It just happened. All right, let's get started. So, Brighton, why don't you pick out some squares you like? So I'm doing it. I told you to cut your squares in multiple sizes. So let's start with a bigger one. The biggest square you probably want to have is like 4 by 4 inches, which I think is what this is about. That's going to be about what the biggest size you want is. So Brighton's going to make them out of colored paper, and I'll make them out of white, and you can see how they're both going to look awesome. Alright, so
how many should I pick out?
3 is good.
Okay.
So I did the various sizes because, like, as you can see with this one, there's an inner part and an outer part, and you can kind of make them layered, and it looks more like a flower. Okay, so what you do is you have your square of paper. I'm going to try to do this up close so you can see it. Okay, just fold it in half.
I have a question.
Yeah.
This one doesn't have anything on this side. Which way do I fold it?
It doesn't matter. Good question, Brighton.
Okay.
If your paper's only colored or patterned on one side, it doesn't matter. Just fold it. Either way, it'll work out in the end. Okay, so we're folded in half.
Yes.
Now we're going to fold it in half this way. Okay.
Small square.
A small square now. Okay, and then we're going to fold it like a triangle. Okay, so we're starting this with our square. This is our bottom where we just folded. And then we're going to fold it like a triangle. Okay. This is like folding a paper snowflake. Again, like we did last week.
Is this right?
It's a good skill to have. It's very, yes. Okay, so then you've got one corner is going to be kind of where all of it meets up. Okay, so hold that corner with your fingers. Okay. Oh, you're going to need a pencil. I didn't say that. Pencil or a pen, just grab one, right? Okay. So now you're going to make a shape on there that you want your petal shape to be. We're just going to start with simple so you can see what it's going to do. So we're going to draw. I'm trying to do this in the white pen. I'm going to just draw a little hump there. Let me draw it thicker here so you can see. Okay, so that's like what our, right there, flower petal's going to be. A little half circle. Well, Brighton's getting creative already over here. I can't wait for you to see what she's got going. Look at that. Show the camera, Brighton.
We'll see how it turns out.
Look at that petal. Okay, so now just cut along that line you just drew. Here's mine. Brighton, show me yours. Alright. So now we're just going to open it up. Look at that. It looks like a flower. Ooh, look at Bright. Okay, so now we're going to do, take a slightly smaller square than the one you had, and we're going to do the same thing and make a little inner part. You don't have to do this. You can just leave it. Here's one I did with just one layer. So you can leave it just like this, and we'll add a center and leaves later, or I'm just going to show you how to do a middle part. Okay, so same way, we're going to fold it in half. Okay. Then we're going to fold that in half. Okay, and then we're going to fold in a triangle. And hold on to that point where everything meets. For me, it's this one. Okay. And then draw your semicircle or whatever kind of petal shape you want. You can see with this one I did like a pointy petal. This was what I drew. That shape. And it turned out like that. So you can get creative with it. This one's smaller. I did like 2 petals to the, on here I drew 2 little triangle humps, like Brighton did before. Okay, so I've drawn my little semicircle, and I'm going to cut along that line. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to open that up. And we have a smaller flower. And there's Brighton's. Look at that. That's cute, right? She's getting creative. Alright, so now we got your big one and your little one. To connect these and kind of make it a layered flower, all you do is you put a little dot of glue or you can do like a little folded over piece of tape, and then rest your other one on top of it. Bless you.
Oh, thank you.
Cutting that out. Okay. So I did a little dot of glue on the middle of my smaller flower, and I'm just going to set it down into my bigger one and kind of press it down. It's going to be a layered flower like that. Pretty, right? Okay, so you can see with these I did little centers for them. Both of these, it's just a crumpled up piece of paper. I just tore off a little piece of yellow paper and crumpled it up in my hand and then glued it down. This one, I'll show you how we did. It's a strip of paper that I just rolled up and then taped so that it stayed in place, and then just glued it to the middle. So we'll show you both ways of doing that. Hopefully it'll stay. Okay. So we've got just a strip of paper. This is still pretty thick, so I'm going to cut this to be about half as thick. And I'll give this one to Brighton since she's doing the colored flower. Okay. It doesn't really matter how long this is. It'll affect how dense your little spiral is, but it looks good no matter how dense it is. Okay, Brighton, I'll give you that one. Okay. And then I'm going to get this white. Here's just a piece of printer paper, and I'm just going to cut a little strip like that. Okay, so all you do, if you've ever done quilling, you'll be great at this. This is a lot like quilling, but it's pretty simple. So you're just going to start and roll down. Start at one end and roll down. We've all done this. Okay, so I'm just rolling it down like that. And you can just, see when it gets to the thickness that you want, and then stop. And I just used tape to hold it in place since I didn't have to wait for that to dry. Okay, so I've got it to this point, which I like the density of. But what I'm going to do to get it a little bit bigger is just kind of release it like that. Okay, but I'm going to hold it, and I'm just going to cut off that excess. Take a little piece of tape. I'm still holding it so it doesn't unravel anymore. A little piece of tape. I'm just going to stick that there. Just like that. And now it won't unravel anymore. Okay. How's it going, Bright? She's unraveling hers a little bit. Why don't you show them what it's looking like? There's hers. Can't really see it. There you go. Okay, so get your little piece of tape, right?
Mine's kind of triangular.
That's cool. This one's kind of square. So, alright. So you can make that the center of your flower. All you got to do, same as when we put our smaller petals into our bigger petals, you can use just a dot of glue, or use a looped over piece of tape so it's sticky on all sides, and just stick that down in there. But I'm also going to show you how I did that crumpled up center. Super easy. Tear off a piece of your paper. Crumple it up in your hand like you're crumpling up a gum wrapper, and then kind of round it, get it to whatever shape you want. Little crumpled piece of paper. You can put a dot of glue down in there, place that in there too, which is what I'm going to do. Putting just a dot of glue in the middle, and then placing a crumpled piece of paper. And this just gives it kind of a little dimension, a little 3D aspect to it.
Very cute.
Thanks. Alright, what are you doing?
I'm going to add a third petal layer.
Oh, Brighton's adding a third petal layer, so we'll get to see what that looks like. While she's doing that, I'll show you, I added leaves onto these, just adds the finishing touch to it. Some of them I did 2 leaves, some of them I just did 1. So, I just used green paper. Again, you could just do white if that's all you have at home. I've got different green papers over here, so I'll give those to Brighton for hers. I'm going to stick with my all-white classy bonnet. So I'm just going to take my white paper that I had over here and just cut out a leaf shape. It doesn't really matter how long, how fat, how skinny. I'm just going to cut out 2 of them. If it helps you to draw them and then cut your line, feel free to do that. I just did it for you. Okay. So now, this part I think is easier to tape because you're taping something flat to something flat. So you don't really need the liquid glue like we did for the crumpled paper. So, I just got my piece of tape. Put it on the end of our leaf, and then see how far out you want it to come. And just tape it to the back. And there's our leaf. Okay, I'm going to add my other one on just the same way. Isn't that cute, right?
Yeah, it's very cute.
Little paper flower. So we're going to put these on our Easter bonnets, but you can also, string them together, make a little garland, decorate a wagon at home like you would in your Sunday school class at church. Wouldn't the garlands be cute? Yeah, if you just kind of tape them to some yarn and do them along, you can hang them on your mantle or your front door or behind you. This is a garland that our mom, Michelle Payne, made a few years ago. Shout out, little Easter egg garland. We're being festive today. So in a minute, I'll show you how to attach that to your Easter bonnet. So you can just do one, you can do a bunch. I'm going to show you a bunch of them because I made some yesterday. Alright, Brighton is cutting out her leaves. Another cool thing you can do with the leaves is if you see this one, I kind of folded them. Gave them a little crease as if that's the middle of the leaf, the little vein. Just gives it a little more dimension. You can get fun with this, guys. I'm just giving you kind of the template, and then you can run with it. Run with it. Oh, that's good. Alright, and I recommend making them in different sizes so that it kind of gives you some options on your bonnet. Like Brighton's is a pretty big one, and then we've got a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller. Just having different sizes is good. Alright, she's going to put, let's do that with tape so we don't wait for it to dry. Okay, we're putting the middle of her flower on. Okay, look at that. Alright, hold up close so you can see. See her 3 different shaped petals? So there you go. You can get crazy with it. I'll put another piece of tape on there. I'm gonna leave. Okay, there we go. So now is the part everyone, I'm sure, has been waiting for. How do we turn this into a bonnet?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm sure everybody has, maybe you have a bonnet laying around. If you don't, you have one of these. Okay, this is just a little, my beach hat. There's Brighton's Mary Washington
Here's another
baseball
option.
cap. If you have a little straw hat, that's great. You can do this with any hat, especially if it's got a little rim. That's perfect. Okay, so this is why we have our paper clips. So we're just going to paper clip these flowers to the rim of your hat. And it's going to look great. Your bonnet, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to do my white one. So, here's the rim of my hat. Here's my flower. Just holding it there. Put my paper clip on. Just like that. Look at that. Pretty cute. There's Bright. See, if you had a bunch of them, you have your Easter bonnet. Very festive. You feel like Easter, Bright?
Yeah.
Alright, let's do a couple more just to see what they look like. Wow, look at that, you guys. Look at our Easter bonnets. Okay, and we want to see you and yours. So if you do this craft, or if you just have pictures of yourselves in your Easter outfits, this year, past years, we just want to celebrate Easter together since we can't be in person.
I think we have some photos that we're going to add to this.
Yeah, we're going to have some photos we'll add to the album.
From past years.
So send your photos to me, Devon Payne P1 at gmail.com. We want to see your Easter bonnets. And we will post those on our Facebook so we can all kind of celebrate Easter together. Have a little bit of that community even though we can't be together. Sound good, right? Sound easy? That was pretty easy, right? Everybody can do that.
That was so fun.
And again, if you want any colored paper, I am super happy to share. So email me and we can coordinate a drop-off. Maybe something at the church. I can leave a bin of paper or something. But I just want to know if there's interest in that first. So just shoot me an email. And this has been another episode of Craft Time with the Payne Girls. Thanks for making Easter bonnets with us. We hope everybody's staying safe and healthy, and we can't wait to see everybody soon.
Oh, did you want to give them a little warning about?
Oh yeah, go grab that. So, I meant to bring them in here. For next week, we're gonna have another craft time video to keep us all entertained while we're self-isolating, and this is gonna be one you want to see. Okay. Does this look familiar to anybody? Right?
Yes.
You know what this is?
I think so.
So, you probably have a lot of these laying around. I don't know. We do. So hold on to them for
Start
saving them for next week. We're not going to give you any more information than that, but it'll be good to have a stockpile of these for next week's craft video. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we hope everyone is staying healthy. Bye. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.